What's happening, people? What's happening? I hope we're good. Leg day, I can tell you this for free, okay? No payment needed, all right? This leg day is going to be far more superior than my last. If you guys went and saw my last leg day, you'll know it was my most miserable leg day. Probably the most miserable video I've put on myself on the internet, okay? I just wasn't having a good time. It was late at night. I've been training people all day. My knees were flaring up. I couldn't execute a nice, beautiful leg day. And I've got a good feeling about today. The time is currently 2:39 in the afternoon. We are on the way to Foundry Tunbridge. If you guys, well, I don't know if you guys watching this are local to me, but yeah, Foundry Tunbridge has been my gym of choice recently. Purely for the reason, I think I mentioned this in a previous video, but where I work at a gym, I just can't train there. Like, you know, I love the people there. Well, not all of them, I won't lie. You know, I like the people there, most of them. But for me, it's that when I'm training, trying to train in the same building you've been in all morning, all afternoon, you know, when I'm working, I'm most tired and I'm most, you know, performative, because as personal trainers, you know, my fellow personal trainers will know that when you're in the gym and when you're coaching, a lot of it is an act. Like, you're obviously doing your job. It's not an act in the sense of like you're doing something you love. You know, like, I'm passionate about fitness. I'm passionate about the gym. But from the standpoint of like, not every day do I want to be there, you know, shouting and going, come on guys, you can do it, one more, da, da, da. But that's my coaching style. Like, I'm very quite, I don't want to say aggressive, but like, I'm very to the point. I will tell people, you know, if you're doing a 45-minute class, if you're just going to dick around and not fucking put a shift in, then that's your waste of 45 minutes. It doesn't affect my time. I'm still getting paid for the hour. As much as I want you guys to work hard, you know, I can't make you do it. So if you're going to waste your 45 minutes, it's like, well, it's your session, man. But yeah, my point was that when you're kind of being that person all the time that's high energy, jumping around, moving things around all the time, helping people with their form, demonstrating, to then do like a leg day in the same building you've been in all day, is just like, it's just never going to be productive. So there's the odd sessions I will do in my home gym. My home gym I refer to as the one I work at, but my home gym, you know, if I'm just doing like an arm day, I will probably train there, or like, I can get away with training chest and back and everything, but I just think it's good. It's an environment shift, isn't it? You know, you don't want to, like, a little tip is that if you're someone that's trying to create content or you're trying to get good ideas, don't try and do it out of your bedroom. Go to a coffee shop, change your environment, because you'll find that you're like, in that example, your productive triggers are slightly different. Whereas if you're just doing things, where you're just doing things from, you know, if you're trying to just source ideas in an environment you've been in all day, physically you've rinsed all the stimulus you can get out of that building. So same for your training. If you're training in the same gym and you have been for years and you feel like your training is just shit, then change gyms for a bit. You know, you don't have to train there permanently, but at least that change of scenery, that change of just the new faces, the new smells, the new sounds, like the new senses will just stimulate you, and your brain's like, whoa, that's new. What's going on over that? You're just more engaged in that session. So yeah, for that reason, today's leg day should be very, very good. So slight change of plan of how I'm going to navigate it. If you watched the last video, I just kind of kept it quite basic, right? So it was very just like, do the leg extension, do the, I can't remember what I did now. I know we did some Bulgarians, a horizontal leg press, but the new approach I'm just going to try and take for a bit is more of a rehabilitation standpoint. So I'm in talks with a friend of mine who works at the running room in London about doing some strength tests, because, you know, anyone that goes to the gym generally is strong, you know, like in their own right. But what we fail to kind of realize and look at from time to time as people who just lift heavy weights is all the little muscles, all the stabilizing muscles, all the connective tissues, cartilage, you know, just how strong you are in certain areas. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna try and get in a strength test, which I'll place on YouTube, which will be quite interesting. So from the rehabilitation standpoint of today's leg day, let's just make sure I don't get hit. Oh, I would have got absolutely flipping annihilated if I pulled out then. Holy shit. Yeah, I think I've got it written down on my notes, because this is just a rotation I'm going to follow for next 6 weeks. Just see how I can work the knees. Like I say, I'm still trying to figure it out. But I believe the first 3 movements I'm going to do are isometric work. So I think we've got some sissy squat holds. I don't know what the strict name for this, but basically I've got a bench on a slight incline. I'm putting a kettlebell on my foot, like putting my foot through the handle, hanging my leg over the edge of the kettlebell, and then, hanging my foot over the edge of the bench with the kettlebell on my leg and almost treating it like a leg extension, but I'm just going to hold it in the middle. Okay, we need to think of a name for that. And some single leg glute bridges. They're going to be my main ones for just isometrics, because it's, you're training your legs in an isometric sense as opposed to a concentric eccentric. So yeah, that is going to be the first 3 things I do today. Might not whack them in, I don't know. Maybe it'll help you guys. Yeah, I'll whack it in, but I might just not do a general commentary, to be honest with you. I might voice over it, we never know. And then movements, I believe, are the main sort of lifting movements are going to be a hip thrust, a leg extension, I think a Smith machine Bulgarian, but not in the sense of repping out fucking loads of weights. It's purely going to be slow negatives, okay? What's the other 2? I think a leg curl and calf raises. Okay, so nothing too direct to my quads, bar the leg extension, but I'm kind of leaving the isometric holds to sort of take care of that in its own right. Now, obviously, to train a muscle, to get growth out of it, you need to place it under, a high degree of mechanical tension and train it to failure. However, when you've got knees of a 90-year-old virgin, I don't know what the virgin's got to do with it, but a 90-year-old, we've got to make do with what we got. I think I'm actually driving. I think my colleague is in front of me. This is quite hilarious. Big up Thorpe if you're watching this. Might not even be you, brother, but big yourself up. But yeah, that is the chat, people. I'm going to get in the gym, do my warm-up stuff, and then we'll get into the isometrics. And yeah, as always, people, if you guys have any questions about what I do, or even if you think, Max, that's wrong, mate, you're a fucking idiot, like, feel free to tell me. Maybe don't say you're a fucking idiot. Just be nice. Give me some constructive criticism, because I'm always open to it. And yeah, and also if there's things you want to see, because I do want to talk. I'm going to sort of make this channel not just gym related. I just feel like these videos that I'm doing right now, they're quite easy to integrate into my day, if I'm being completely real. But yeah, the next video I kind of want to do is like a Q&A, outside of these training videos. So yeah, if you guys have any questions you would want to know, please whack them in the comments below. Until then, brothers, let's fucking do this shit, goddammit. Yo, what's up, YouTube? Coming at you live from the voiceover. People, I'm just voiceovering my warm-up I did because it's just not that engaging, and yeah, I thought I'd just explain what I'm doing. So these are sissy squat iso holds. So the idea is, if you don't have this machine, by the way, what you can do is get a resistance band, whack it around the back of your knees, and then just tie the front to something like the squat rack on my right, and it kind of does the same thing. But the idea is I'm literally just trying to get some blood to my knees, get everything moving. And the good thing about isometrics is that you're building strength without contracting or uncontracting the muscle. So you're not actually moving it. So there shouldn't be any pain, really. And I know that didn't look very shallow, that sissy squat. So yeah, the next one is a leg extension isometric hold as well. So it's kind of like the same principle. And I did mention that I would be doing a glute bridge, but I'll explain why I didn't do the glute bridge in the warm-up in a minute. But prior to both of these, I just did 5 minutes incline walking on a treadmill, but in reverse. So I was kind of walking backwards. Treadmill was at like max incline, and I literally just whacked on like a speed 2. And where my knee is going over my toes, but it's such a low impact, I'm getting good blood flow to the quads. Everything's moving nicely, and there's no pain. And that's kind of the goal when I do these warm-ups. So yeah, I'm with the video. Okay, so all warmed up. As mentioned, I did the sissy squat hold, and I just did some isometric leg extension holds as well as like a banded downward dog, but I didn't record that. I was going to do a glute bridge, as I mentioned, but I figured if I'm starting with hip thrusts, I can just kind of treat my 2 warm-up sets that I do, yeah, as part of that warm-up. So yeah, we're going to do 2 sets here and see where we are left with. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, right. That was perfect. Oh, can you hear me? That was perfect. I'm going to do one more set. And yeah, move on. Whew. Oh. Oh. Oh, fuck. Oh. 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 I tell you, that is crazy, crazy ad-libs, crazy noises for a fucking hip thrust. Oh, let's get the fuck out of this one. Okay, so in terms of what we're going to do now is a Smith machine Bulgarian. Now, if you saw the last leg day, you'll see I didn't get on too well with the dumbbells ones. Do you know, just felt, I think the lack of stability just was like a little bit tricky on my knees. So plan of action, I've just kind of worked up to 20s. Feels okay. So the plan, this isn't going to be most exciting, but we're going to be doing a 4-second negative, split second hold, and then a nice push up. The key for this is working the tempo. So the 4-second negative. Just because that way then there's less sheer direct force onto the knee as opposed to fucking going up and down with, you know, 60 kilos a side, for example, as we all can do. So yeah, I'm just going to see how this feels. Oddly enough, my left knee is generally the worst knee. However, it's not hurting when I do the actual Bulgarian with my left leg forward. However, when it's resting on the bench, my right leg's forward is when it starts to feel a little bit funny. So yeah, we're just going to take this how it is and yeah, genuinely just see what we can get out of it, because I ain't got a fucking clue. So yeah, this might not be the most engaging thing to watch, but I suppose this is part of it. Right. Bit of Dave, bit of a dance. What do you know about Verdansk? Do our left leg first, then match it on the right. One more. Okay. Okay, let me just get... Oh, Jesus. I'm just going to get the other leg on record, because it's actually felt really good. I'll do one more on my right leg. Do the whole thing again, but I won't record the second set, because fuck me, it's my sport and shit you've ever watched, right? Then we'll move on. Oh, fuck me, it's gonna be odd. My back foot's cramping. Right, let's do one more each set. I might pull the weight back a bit. One more each leg. I won't show guys that shit, and then see you on the next drill. Okay, so now that is the Bulgarians done, we're going to go to super high volume leg extensions. I'm talking reps of 16. Okay, so purely because anything too crazy just flares them up. I hate to keep banging on about my knees, but that's just the reality. Jesus, man. Someone needs to make a stuttering compilation. Anyway, let's get on with these. Keep them nice and light, but nice and controlled. And you'll notice as well, I've not done it on the full range of motion. So right there is full ROM, but that's when there's a bit of pain. So just going to put it to just 2 clicks above. And yeah, let's see what this is looking like. Okay. 10. Oh, fuck. That's 14. Oh. 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 Oh, that is almost so much worse than just doing like a set of 10. Oh, right, we need one more. Oh. Oh. Oh, shitting hell. Oh, I was kind of worried then. I got to like 17 reps and I was like, shit, I'm going to have to keep going. Suddenly that hit me at 19. So, right, hamstrings, calves, and of course 20 minutes of cardio. Right, this machine is going to pose me no issues whatsoever. So, I'm going to push this one quite hard. Not the most glamorous of exercises, won't I? Right, let's just make sure we're all fucking lined up, young boy. Right. The extra large attachment, of course. Oh, fuck off. Oh. 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 Alright, 2 more. Oh, probably the most enjoyable movement of today, to be honest, because I don't have to fucking do it in crippling pain. So, yo, check 1, check 2. What about me? Hold tight, you. Okay. Oh. One more. Oh. 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 All right, calves. Then we're done. Okay, final set, calves, standing calf raise machine. I'm currently working in with someone, so I'm only going to record this set, but you cannot call me a bullshitter because, well, I don't know how you're not going to know that I did do these last, 3 total sets. So, yeah, this is, you have my word, I'm doing 3 sets, not just one. So, yeah, so I can go fresh. Tie my shoes up, really. Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay, let this gentleman get stuck in. Oh, fuck you. Okay, that is the session done. We're currently in the posing room. I thought I'd try a slightly different angle. I don't know how well this is going to transfer across the screen. I don't even know if you guys can see me. I might actually do that. Fucking give it a bit of that. There we go. That's a little bit better. First of all, I've got a bone to pick, right? And I'm sorry, but it is the gents. You cannot tell me a lady is doing this in the gym. If you've sculled a load of pre-workout and you have gone for a fat, sloppy, wet shit, right? And you've done it in a toilet, right? Gym toilets aren't great at the best of times. If you've not opened a window, if you've not scrubbed the toilet, especially if it's in a cubicle where like there's no ventilation, and you walk out of there without doing a single, I swear I will. It is disgusting. Have a word, mate. Yeah, it's just bang out of order. Anyway, that's a good leg session in my eyes. Not an overwhelming amount of pain, to be honest. Generally, I kind of measure, like if it's been a good session, I generally say like if the pain is below a 4, that's quite good, okay? Because I think it's like, when I spoke to a physio, it's like as long as anything's below a 4 and it's not really hurting the next day, you know, any more than it should be, or like usually is, then that's kind of good. So, yeah, I don't know if you guys can fucking see. As you can see, we're still getting used to the YouTube thing, but yeah, this isn't really a posing room. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I mean, that's the fucking posing, like this flaccid penis of a lamp. But as we can see, I genuinely can't see what that looks like on the camera. So yeah, that's what the fucking legs are looking like. Yeah, not too shabby. Just so you guys know where I get my knee pain. I get it right at the top there, right at the insertion across both knees. So it might look like it's quite swollen. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's basically called knee effusion, where fluid just builds up. My knees like make an overwhelming amount of synovial fluid. So, in fact, I'll give it one of them ones. This is, I mean, men used to go to war. Now, look, I'm showing you my fucking quad pump, but I can guarantee my arse is taking up most of the shot. Nonetheless, but people, that's been amazing. I'm gonna go do 20 minutes, either seated bike or incline walk. Probably the bike because I've been on my feet all day and I've just done legs. So that's the chat, people. Thank you for watching. And tomorrow is a pull day, so get fucking excited. Yeah, nothing else to say. See you later.